You have written a novel, 85,000 words, 4 acts, motifs balanced, mirrors in place, the manuscript is done. Now what? The manuscript exists on your computer. It is not in bookstores, it is not in readers' hands, it is not published. Between finished manuscript and published book lies a gulf, and crossing that gulf requires a different set of skills than writing. Welcome back to The Architect's Method. I am Luigi Pascal Rondanini, and this is episode 13, The Business Side. This episode is different from the others. We are not talking about craft, we are talking about commerce, the marketplace, the publishing industry. I am going to share what I have learned about query letters, market positioning, and the paths from manuscript to publication. Not because I have all the answers, but because this knowledge is part of finishing what you started. Building the novel was stage 7. This is stage 8. Publication preparation. Let me start with a fundamental choice: traditional publishing or self-publishing. Traditional publishing means finding an agent who then sells your book to a publishing house. The publisher handles editing, design, printing, distribution, and marketing. You receive an advance and royalties. Self-publishing means you handle everything yourself. You hire editors and designers, you manage printing or ebook distribution, you handle marketing, you keep a higher percentage of sales but bear all the costs and risks. Neither path is better. They serve different goals. Traditional publishing offers validation, distribution, infrastructure, and professional support. It also means giving up control and accepting lower royalty percentages. Self-publishing offers control, speed, and higher margins. It also means doing everything yourself or paying others to do it. For literary fiction, like The Reader of the Empress, traditional publishing is often the better fit. Literary fiction relies on reviews, awards, and institutional credibility. These are harder to achieve through self-publishing. But the choice is yours. Know what you want before you proceed. If you choose traditional publishing, the first step is the query letter. A query letter is a one-page pitch to literary agents. It introduces your book, summarizes the story, and explains why you are the right person to write it. Agents receive hundreds of queries per week. They spend seconds on each one. Your query must be sharp, compelling, and professional. Here is the structure I use. Paragraph 1. The hook. 1 or 2 sentences that capture the essence of your novel. This is your logline. It should make the agent want to read more. For The Reader of the Empress, a provincial translator is summoned to Catherine the Great's court, where she discovers that serving power means becoming complicit in its violence. Paragraph 2. The story. 3 to 5 sentences that expand the hook into a plot summary. Protagonist, situation, conflict, stakes. Do not try to cover everything. Hit the major beats. Paragraph 3. The context. Comparable titles where your book fits in the market. Why it matters now. Paragraph 4. Your credentials. Who you are. Why you are qualified to write this book. Previous publications. Relevant expertise. Platform if you have one. Paragraph 5. The closing. Word count, genre, title. Thank the agent for their time. That is it. 1 page, 300 words maximum. Every word must earn its place. The query letter is not about showing your writing style. It is about conveying information efficiently and demonstrating professionalism. Save the style for the sample pages. Let me talk about comparable titles. Agents and publishers think in terms of comparisons. They want to know, what is this book like? Where does it sit in the market? Who will buy it? Your comparable titles, often called comp titles, answer these questions. Choose 2 or 3 books published in the last 5 years that share something with your novel: genre, setting, theme, tone, audience. The comparison should be illuminating but not arrogant. Do not compare yourself to classic literature. Do not claim to be the next great novelist. Be practical and specific. For The Reader of the Empress, My comp titles might include historical literary fiction set in Russian courts, novels about women navigating power structures, stories that explore complicity and moral compromise. The formula is, my book will appeal to readers who enjoyed X because of Y, and to readers who enjoyed Z because of W. This tells the agent who the audience is. That is what they need to know. Let me talk about finding agents. Not every agent represents every genre. You need to find agents who specifically represent literary, historical fiction, or whatever your genre is. Resources for finding agents: Publishers Marketplace, Query Tracker, Agent Query, Manuscript Wishlist on social media. Research each agent before querying. Read their submission guidelines, check their client list, see what they have sold recently. Personalize each query. Mention why you are querying this specific agent. Maybe they represented a book you admire. Maybe they tweeted about wanting historical fiction. Show that you did your homework. Query in batches. Send 10 queries. Wait for responses. Adjust your letter if you get consistent feedback. Send 10 more. Rejections are normal. Most agents reject most queries. This is not personal, it is volume. Keep querying until you find the right match. Let me talk about the synopsis. Many agents also request a synopsis with your query. A synopsis is a summary of your entire novel, including the ending. Synopses come in two lengths: a one-page synopsis, roughly 300 words, and a 3 to 5 page synopsis, roughly 1000 words. The synopsis should cover protagonist and their situation, inciting incident, major plot points, climax, resolution. It should be written in present tense, third person, even if your novel is first person. It should not include subplots, secondary characters, or thematic analysis. It is plot mechanics. What happens in order, start to finish. Writers often struggle with synopsis because they require a different skill than writing novels. You are compressing, not expanding, telling, not showing. The synopsis is not meant to capture your voice or style. It is meant to demonstrate that your plot works, that there is a complete story with a satisfying resolution. If you cannot write a clear synopsis, that may indicate structural problems in your manuscript. The synopsis is a diagnostic as well as a requirement. Let me talk about platform. Platform is your visibility, your audience, your reach. Do you have a social media following, a newsletter, a blog, a podcast, previous publications? For fiction, platform matters less than for non-fiction. Agents do not expect novelists to have large audiences, but having some platform helps. The Architect's Method podcast is part of my platform. It demonstrates expertise in craft. It builds an audience of writers who might be interested in my work. It shows agents that I understand marketing. You do not need a massive platform, but you should have something: a professional website, a presence on 1 or 2 social media channels, evidence that you can participate in promoting your book. Start building platform before you query. It takes time. You cannot create an audience overnight. Let me talk about rejection. You will be rejected. Many times. This is normal. Agents reject for many reasons. They are not taking new clients. They already represent something similar. They are not connecting with the voice. The market is saturated in that genre. Most rejections are form letters. No feedback, no explanation, just no. Do not take rejection personally. It is not a judgment of your worth as a writer. It is a business decision by one person on one day about one manuscript. Track your queries in a spreadsheet. Note who you queried, when, and what response you received. Look for patterns. If you query 50 agents and get 50 form rejections, something may be wrong with your query letter. Revise it. If you get requests for sample pages but then rejections, something may be wrong with the opening. Revise it. If you get requests for the full manuscript but then rejections, something may be wrong with the structure. Consider major revision. Use rejection as data. Let it inform your next steps, but do not let it stop you. let me talk about the alternative path. If traditional publishing does not work or does not appeal to you, self-publishing is a legitimate option. Self-publishing requires professional editing, professional cover design, professional interior formatting, a distribution platform like Amazon KDP or Ingram Spark, and marketing. The quality bar is high. Readers do not care how a book was published, they care whether it is good. A self-published book must be indistinguishable in quality from a traditionally published book. This means spending money. A good editor costs, a good cover designer costs. Do not cut corners. The upfront investment is essential. Marketing is the challenge. Without a publisher's infrastructure, you are responsible for reaching readers. This requires time, skill, and often additional money for advertising. Self-publishing works best for writers with existing audiences, writers in genre fiction with clear markets, and writers who are willing to treat publishing as a business. For literary fiction, self-publishing is harder, the audience is diffuse, the marketing channels are less defined, but it is not impossible. Let me give you a timeline for publication preparation. Month 1. Write query letter and synopsis. Research agents. Build target list. Month 2. Begin querying. First batch of 10 agents. Months 3 through 6. Continue querying in batches. Adjust based on feedback. Simultaneously continue platform building. Month 6 and beyond. Evaluate results. If traditional path is not working, consider alternatives. If an agent offers representation, move to next steps. The timeline varies. Some writers find agents quickly. Some query for years. There is no guarantee. But there is a process. Follow the process. Keep working. Let the results unfold. Here is what I want you to take from this episode. Writing the novel is only half the journey. Publication is the other half. The skills are different. Research, querying, pitching, marketing. These are business skills. Learn them. The query letter is your one-page case for your novel. Craft it carefully. Personalize it for each agent. Let rejection inform revision. Platform matters. Build it before you need it. Traditional and self-publishing are both valid paths. Choose based on your goals and circumstances. And remember, you have done the hard part. You wrote the book. The rest is execution. Many people talk about writing novels. Few finish. You finished. That puts you ahead of most. Now take the next step. Query an agent. Build your platform. Move toward publication. The manuscript is done. Let it find its readers. Before you go, the companion workbook includes a query letter template, a synopsis guide, and an agent tracking spreadsheet. Link in the show notes. Next episode, the complete framework. We are going to bring everything together, the full architect's method, from vision to publication, all 7 stages, the complete system. It is the final episode of this series, and I have something to announce. Until then, build well.